Un momentito means un momentito, just a second, but in the Gorilopolio language. Because there are rules, of course, and these are the Gorilo rules, right? And first of all, the students, they should know what their vocab is. So this is not that the students are going to go to this game and find something new. No. What the students are going to do is basically review their vocab that they have learned throughout a month. And then after that, they can specify on things that they remember, right? And this is what Gorilopolio is about. It recycles the vocab in 1 month and put it at the end of the month. We have this Gorilopolio activity. And these are the fields that I talked to you about. Political, military, current events, business, economics and administration, general culture, agriculture, science and technology. And why you have to see this? Because Gorilopolio, as I said, is based on the lands or boxes, and each box has a different color. Each box has a different content, and of course it's based on that field. See, technical problems. Go back here. So I was talking about that the student should know his or her vocab in advance, and this is a quick smart reflex activity, challenging for the student. And as in the Monopoly game, it is turn taking, right? And as I was saying, if we go through each box, the student has 1 to 2 minutes, depending on the activity, to come up with a solution, because the student is going to be challenged. And you will see that game. Just wanted to give you the rules in advance. And yes, time constraints in terms of the student is going to have 2 minutes or 1 minute to come up with the solution of what the student is going to be challenged on. Okay, so I think we can go directly to Gorilopolio, and this is it. So you see, it's basically like the Monopoly board game. Each box is a different field, and each box has a different activity. And political, military, you see the blue one, some kind of blue, right? This is the social or general culture box. And what I was saying is the idea of linking, right? So when the student lands on one box, you click here, and then the student is going to be taken to a different page on this document. So that's the idea of linking. And then on each page, you will have an activity. I will show you what activities are about. And you can, first of all, like in Monopoly, on the Monopoly board, you roll the dice, right? Depending on the number, 6, 7, oh, so sorry, 7. 6, 5, 4. Yeah, I got a little tired. So let's say I'm going to, and the student can be, we have 4 generally in our classrooms, it can be up to 6, so I created 6 images. And then basically the student can take, his person or his icon, right, and land on the box. So once the student lands on the box, the student clicks here to see what the challenge is about. I'm going to click here because apparently so this is the activity. There you go. Sorry. So this is the first activity. The student lands there, and this is based on political, military field. And I asked the student on this activity, and this is a word cloud, what the text is about, because word clouds, as you know, they are based on texts, right? And if one word is repeated several times, the more the word is repeated, the bigger the word gets in the word cloud. So we have soldiers, we have some cuculo, chuculo, and then politics, military, war, facts, North, Iraq, pregnant, united, rules, punishments. So the student has 1 minute to guess what this text is about, right? And it says here, we have the instructions here. So all that I've said to you is what is written, right? So the student says, well, you know, what do you think? If I'm saying that soldiers is the best, is the biggest word. If I tell you the Iraq is implied, the military is implied, this is Iraq, all right? What would you think of? Iraq war, you said? Anything else? Any other guesses? What's Yucolo, right? You will see, I don't know what it is, you will see. You are the students. Any other ideas? What's that? A war. Okay, so if the student does not guess, or the guess is not right, the student can click on Gorilopolio, which is Gorilopolio, which is right here. So let me see again, sorry. And what is it? It's basically the text of that news that I taken from the internet and put it on a Word document, and it's linked to that Gorilopolio, so the student can see what the text is about. And it's basically, yes, there was a policy, or they were trying to come up with a policy for pregnant women in Iraq and the military, and the U.S. military command, right? And they were trying to somehow punish those people, but they were saying it was no right or whatever. But that's basically what the text is, and that was the first, right? And I can go back to the board game, you see, and the student goes, and I'm going to touch it, sorry, I'm not used to this smart board. Go to the second one, oops. The student goes to the second one. See? Clicks here. Then it's taken to a different activity, and this is an audio activity. And the student has to click on Gorilopolio. This is Gorilopolio. And the student is going to listen to a piece of 1 minute, 1 minute and a half, and then come up with some words that are said here. Like I put here that the student should find synonyms for words such as will understand, French, street, face or expensive, granted, etc. So the student clicks on Gorilopolio, and again the idea of linking, right? Again, the idea of linking. So I have the audio. And I put the audio here.
Hola, soy Rosa, la encargada del servicio de lectura automatizada del mundo.es. Título de la noticia. Llevar burka en público en Francia podría multarse con
So this is 1 minute. 1 minute, 1 minute and a half. And then the student should come up with these challenges. And then if the student is not able to, then he or she clicks again on Gorilopolio. And again, we have the text of the solution for that. And then I go back to the board, and I have here another activity. And what's the activity about? And the activity on this, as you can see, this is the Visual Thesaurus software or website that I use to create these kind of maps, as you can see. So you see different words, and the student has to come up with the main word. I don't know if you ever tried Visual Thesaurus, but Visual Thesaurus, what it does is you look for a word in English and then gives you the word in Spanish or in French or in German, and not only the word, the equivalent of that word in English, but also synonyms in German or in Spanish or in the